Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Is the quality is okay on Discord, isn't it, Mikey? Yeah, because I looked over the video last night on YouTube, yesterday's stream. Seeing how bad the quality was. Like, I couldn't even watch it. So I've changed a few settings. I'm hoping now that the quality is a lot better. So if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully you can actually see what's going on. Oh yeah, that looks miles better. Okay, that is miles better. Right, okay. Tell you what, GPT, amazing, isn't it? Okay guys, so we took a loss yesterday. We were due a loss. However, the markets were, I looked back over it and we've just been duped, really. We've just really been duped. The only thing I could find really what we've done wrong was the daily could have done a steeper top wick to tap previous support. And also, another thing what I thought, well, that whole drop down was the daily push. Now, I would have expected the daily, because all the dailies do push back to 2020, and it just didn't. So what I think is, I think price was just changing, as in creating new zones, creating new pushes and things like that, and which it can do that. Because remember, we work with probabilities. We don't tell the future, we work with probabilities. If 9 times out of 10 price does that, then it's should play out. But you know, there'll be that small percentage where price can actually start printing different zones, different ranges, and that's literally what caught us yesterday. I mean, look at that 4-hour push. That 4-hour candle was just huge, and we were just stuck in that. So yeah, it's a weird one, because I went back over it and it's a trade I would have took again. So it's like there's nothing we done wrong as such. It's just the way price has just created new ranges, so there's nothing more we can do about it, really. However, this chair, you know, when I lean back, however, we go again. It's exactly the same. So nothing's different today. It's the same thing over and over again. It's impossible to get a 100% win rate in trading. I believe if you go onto YouTube and you look for other people's streams and things like that, I'm actually pretty up there with the stats. So I haven't seen many as good as the ratio like that. So we're doing something right, because the stats are telling us. But yeah, we just carry on normal jogging. Okay, so let's do a top down then. I believe this is the last day of the month. Yes, it is. So this is going to be tricky, because we don't know how this monthly is going to close, do we? We're expecting this monthly to close bearish, which it should close bearish, but the daily should have closed bearish yesterday, and it didn't. Okay, so I really don't know how this monthly is going to close. The lower time frame is going to have to tell us, but yeah, we should be coming down to 1989 to fill that range with the bodies of the candles. Okay, so the weekly closed bullish, and the weekly has give us a bottom wick and now flipped to the upside. So now the issue we've got with the weekly, we don't know where the weekly's going, because it's still respecting this range at the minute, 2041. So it's really difficult taking buys above, because I don't know where it's going. There's not much data to go off when you go back up there. So I'm hoping this weekly can flip back to the downside. Now, if anything, it might come and test the previous wick, which, to be honest, it's already done that. So I really don't know how this weekly is going to close. I want this weekly to close doji. Yeah. That means the monthly will close bearish. What day? Thursday. Well, actually, we've got tomorrow. But it does, if it closes doji or bearish, it means the monthly's closed bearish, and the next month should be a case of a top wick and then free to fall all the way down to 1989. So at the minute, I really don't know what's going to happen with this weekly candle. There's 2 days left of it. It's already done a bottom wick. Now, the daily, what's the daily done? So this is that range there. So this, the range we're in on the daily, right? This was the range for the daily. Like that. So every time you come through, or you're below here, you come down, you retest, back down. Yeah. Here, here, back up, back down. Back up, back down. It's constantly up and down in this range. Back down, back down. So everything, when you close respecting here, everything comes back down to 2019. Everything. And that's why our target was down there, and we haven't came down there. We only came to 20. That's what I'm saying. The daily's printed a new range. Now, the years, I did mention this yesterday, but still, it should have came through. There is a range here. So there is a range here on the daily. But if you look at everything when it's coming down, it all comes back through. Now, then I look back and thought, okay, well, we are coming from the upside. So, what's happened when we came from the downside, sorry, up? Well, look at this one. We came up, and then we still came down to tap it. And we just didn't. It just absolutely fooked us off, basically. Morning drift. So, we really got duped on that. But now, what do we do now then? Where's the daily? So, the issue we've got here is this daily didn't actually break above. So, we still haven't broke out above this range. So we're still in this range and we're testing this area. Now, the issue we've got is the daily's actually created a solid range now at 2029. So it's now not coming through. This is a new range. We've got to add this in. So now we're technically on this daily. We're in this. Now. We're in this range. Until we break out, we're probably stuck in this. Now, you're going to have to be careful we're going to have to go off lower time frames for breaks, but I really don't know where this daily is going to close. I don't know if it's going to close out the range. Is it going to close doji, respecting? Is it going to pull back bearish? Is it going to close below 2030? I really don't know what's going to happen with it. Have we got any news today? No news today. Oh yes, there is news today. Unemployment claims. And then Friday, PMI. That's 1 AM. PMI, 3 o'clock. Okay, so it'll be a big shifter tomorrow. So, very tricky now because I don't know how high this daily is going to go. If you look at these wicks. But is the daily going to flip? The only thing I can see on the daily is we haven't got much of a bottom wick. Right? But then we're saying, do we need much of a bottom wick? Because this one came and broke this low and also this low. So is that enough to now push to the next range? And where's the next range? The next range looks like it's 2029. So if we mark this up, might not even be that. That's more the next range, I would think. You get wicks to the area, you come up, tap, these tap, and then you get bodies closing. That's the thing when you haven't got much data to go off. Range is awful. Okay, so are we taking buys? Are we taking sells? I really don't know at the minute. Let's have a look at the 4. See if it gives us some more info. So what's the 4 done? 4 no top wick, so we closed bearish on this 4. We broke back into the range of this 4. Could we just get a sell stop underneath this 4 to come back down? And if we do, where should we be coming down? The daily needs a bottom wick. 3. 2, 1. The one's closed bullish and broke out. Is this hour going to flip to the upside? If we can get an hour close back below 2035, we'll take the sellers down. And that would help with the bottom wick. But we need an hour close back below. And then we need a top wick to come. Now this 4 does look like it's going to flip. If it's going to flip. But everything's bullish, so I can't really take it. Yeah, I'd need a close below. Now this hour's broke out, but is this the 4's done a top wick? Oi! Oi! Hey nosy. 3's got a top wick. We haven't pulled back much yet. 30 is the next one to close. If we can get a 30 close. Look at that 15. Probably be off the hour. But is this going to fly? If we can get an hour close back below 2035 and we get a top wick, which I don't know if we're going to have a top wick because the 4's flipping, we could look to take sells down because the daily probably needs a bottom wick. But the daily is bullish. The 4 hour is bearish and closed back into the range. I'm debating whether to get a sell stop underneath this, but because if you close back in here, you should be coming to at least here on the 4. But we've had a pullback here, so I'm just a bit cautious. Now we might get activated, then flip. If the hour, we've got 47 minutes, so the hour might bomb straight through this area. I really would prefer that hour closing there, but it's 47 minutes. I think this will probably go without us. What if we talk 4? The 4 hasn't closed yet, that's the issue. 15, 5. 15, where's me? What if we got a 15 close? How high is this daily? I mean, the 4 has closed back in, but so we are bearish on the 4. Daily's done it. Is the 4 going to come back down, or is it going to close bullish above? I would have preferred the wing back sell from here, really, because this 4 could just flip back to the upside. We haven't. The hour is still bullish, so the hour's broke out and needs to come and fill the range at 2035. So it's tough sort of taking. Let me see what these ranges are. Oh, okay. Respect straight back down. Is 4 gonna flip straight down? I need an hour close really. But I don't want to tap 2034, which we might do, because the 4's flipping. If we can get pull back to 2036, what would that be? The 4 is nice, just the hour put me off. I'm going to have to wait for the hour to close, guys. Otherwise I would have been in on this. Because this 4 looks like it's going to flip. It's broke the highs now. So if it does flip, it's going to come down to at least 2034. But I'm thinking it might do that on this hour because the 4 is going to flip. But we've still got 47 minutes left. Let me get rid of all this. Because we're still respecting all this area. Now if we can get, maybe, I first need that hour close below, and then we need a top wick. That's the 5 and the 15's close. Okay, so what's this 15 done? 15 close, 15 should be pushing 2035 maybe? 15 close, you can get a fake out. Can't even take that. I think the hour's going to be the one, isn't it? The hour. If we come straight through though. Now if we get that hour close below 2035, it should be a fairly straightforward push down. Which the daily, where should the daily come really? If we say the daily should come and test this area 2030 anyway, is it going to pull back that far? That's the question. 4's pushing back up. We've got to be careful at this 4, because if this 4 closes out, I would prefer a wing back sell, but we haven't closed bearish yet. We've got to close bearish first sell. So if we can get the hour close and then maybe a top wick, because this hour could flip really, that means the 4 could push. If this hour is going to flip, where should that hour go? Could we not buy stop above? We've closed bang on respecting, haven't we? But still you come up to 2038. I'm gonna have to wait for this hour close. Morning, Vin. What's the quality on the YouTube like? If you don't mind me asking, if you watch on YouTube. Yesterday I watched the trade back yesterday. That's what when I've took a loss, I watch it back and see where I went wrong, see what I would have changed. And the quality of that YouTube stream was awful. I couldn't even watch it. Like, and I've changed some settings on OBS now. So I'm hoping the quality's a lot better. But does it feel a bit more clear on YouTube?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Callum. How the devil?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Yes, good, mate. Good. Ready to go again today.
Always, mate. Always ready.
Always ready. Like I said, since you're on, I'll say it again. Obviously, we took that loss yesterday, but today is nothing different. It's exactly the same thing over again. We don't force it, try and make the profits back or nothing like that. It's just same again. Same robotic system. I looked back over the trade yesterday as well, and we've just been duped, as in gold has just printed new ranges. And when gold does that, it just means you can't predict it because it's not copying previous data. And remember, we don't tell the future, we just go off probabilities. Yeah, we don't know what price is going to do, we just look what price has done and act upon it. And it's just printed new ranges. That is it. We've just been done by new ranges. It's a trade I would have took again and again. Morning, mate. 110. I don't know. It looks good to me, actually. Maybe it's still better than it used to be. Now it's clearer though. Alright, okay, cool. Cheers, mate. It should be clearer now. YouTube seems okay for me again. Also got it set to 1080p, yeah. Well, I don't think it was that. I think it was something to do with the... I can't remember what it was called. It's where it sort of pumps it out and you've got to ask for really fast or really slow, but it messes up with the quality. Something like that. I don't know, I just copied bloody chat GBT and YouTube vids. Okay, what's this 15 doing? Okay, we've had a nice pull back on the 15. Is this 15 gonna flip? We're waiting for a 1 hour bearish close. That's what we're after. We think the 1 hour's close respecting a support. We're wanting a 1 hour bearish close, and then we've got a 4 hour close, and then we've got a 1 hour close. If we get that 1 hour close, then we could potentially just get sell stops off the 4 hour to come back down. Okay, because the 4 hours actually closed back into the range, which is nice. So the 4 should be coming to at least 20, 30, 34. But we can't do that yet because this hour can flip at any point because we're bullish on the 1, and we don't know if it's going to respect this support or whether it's going to push to the next one at 2038. So that's why we've got a bit of contradiction at the minute. So we must see. Did anybody catch anything after the stream yesterday? I got another trade, which was a nice one, but wasn't much. Well, I say it wasn't much, it was pretty decent. Anybody get anything?
Yeah, a couple yesterday evening.
Yeah. Didn't half move, like, look at that. Look at that. That's what we got stuck in there. What's this 5 doing here? So is this just the bottom wick for the hour to flip, or is this the forward just pulling back ready to flip? We don't know at the minute. Tell you what we can do though. If the 5, we're tapping previous support on the 15, we need a 30 bearish close at least. And then if we can get a top wick, we could probably sell down for the wick fill of the 30. That's if we get a bearish close on the 30. But we'd need a top wick, that's the issue. I would need a top wick. If not, we can just take maybe a 5 below. Maybe. If we get another 15 close below that. How's this 30 going to close? Oh look, this is exactly why we didn't get the sell stops on the 4. See how this 30 closes? If this 30 closes bearish though, guys, right? What you'll tend to get is you'll tend to get a top wick. And then you'll get a wick fill. But the hour hasn't closed bearish yet. That's my only issue. So the hour could still flip to the upside. It's done a bottom wick now. So if this was happening, but this candle was bearish, then we could look to get in. Because now what I need really to take it, I need the 30 to break the highs, and then we can get sell stops underneath maybe. I mean, at the minute, looks like this hour's going to flip here. So if we can get a bearish close and we can come and tap 2038, we can get sell stops underneath off the 30, come back down. But we might not push that far up, that's the issue. Because you might just get something like that, pull back and then 30 comes. I need to rule out the top wick though. Three minutes for 30 close. I need a top wick above 2037, and we can look to get a sell stop underneath. Oh, look at the 15, you little bugger. I was looking at this here. That 15 broke below. This 15 came all the way up, back down. Dup. Nice though, nice. Okay, see if we can just get a top wick. We actually don't need much of a top wick really. We're basically expecting the 1 hour to stops, guys, are going to be, where's the 4? Have to be above here really. What is that? Short. $85. See how the 4's flipped up? We're expecting this 4 to flip back to the downside because the previous 4 closed back in. Now it is a range 1 breakout, so this is where you tend to get your fake outs. But I do believe you're going to have to come back down if you want to drive. So if we can just get... we can get just a little top wick, we're going to get sell stops underneath this 30. Just want a little top wick. Just a little top wick. So stand by. I mean, we could wait for the hour to close really, but I'm going off this support here because the hour might push up to 2038. That's what could happen. Stand by. Oh shit, it's closed. No, not yet. Ideally want a top wick, creating a top wick for this, then we'll get sell stops underneath. To come down. It's a 15 like 15, 5. Might not get that top wick though, because look at the 5. This 5 might just open. Ooh, we might do actually. We might do. Do we just go off the 5 then? Okay, doji, little top wick, come on. Top wick, create a wick for this, and we'll get a sell stop underneath. Which the 5's telling us that we might not, we might just fly. Like straight down. Oh, come on. Top wick, baby. Come on, you little. No top wick, guys. No top wick. Come on. We get a little pull back up. We can come off this 5. Why is this like this? If not, we'll just take the hour. Ah, this is gone. This is gone. See what I mean with the 30? Yeah, when you get a bearish close like this with a big wick, you'll tend to get a wick fill. Right? Even if it wants to go up, you'll get a wick fill. But this is gone, this, guys, unfortunately. We're going to have to wait for the hour now. I wanted a top wick, just tapping previous support. Or even just a little top wick. We didn't actually get anything, really. Tiny, tiny. Okay, so what do we do now, then? Well, we just wait for the hour, and then we wait for a pullback. And then we get in. Because we do expect this 30 to flip, but here's the thing now. If we just need an hour close below this support, if possible. If it doesn't, it might mean we come back up, which we can take wing back sells from 2038. Because wing back sells from 2038 would work as well, because everything's flipping bearish now. We've got the 4 hour bearish close. We just need the 1 hour bearish close, which we haven't got yet. Right? The 30 minutes telling us that yes, it's probably going to close bearish because the 30's closed bearish, and now we're getting a wick fill. So we're looking like we're going to have to wait for this hour. Okay, I'll be back in a minute, guys. looking. This is good that we're not really driving down. It means the 4's not flipping yet. You've still got another hour left for the 4. So I am thinking if we get a 1 hour bearish close, the next hour might just be the one that pushes through. Let me have a look at the left. Ooh, close respecting. Might not get much of a top wick, so could we just take the sell stop off the 4? Probably could. Sell stop off the 4 to come down. 14 pips. Because the 4's closed bearish. Then we got a top wick up to 2036. Then we flip to come down to 2034. Could we just get a sell stop off there with the 4? I'm trying to look for a better entry, that's the thing. That's what I'm after. Because if the hour closes bearish, it'll be a case of a top wick. You might even come and tap 2038. We need this hour to close bearish. If it doesn't, then it looks like the 4 is probably going to close bullish. So that's the thing. This 30 is really not driving, is it? Morning, Krish. You alright, mate? Okay. I think we could just get a sell stop off the 4 here. Or do we just wait? Try and get a better entry. How's this 15 going to close? So we've got potential sell stops we could place below the 4. But if the 15 closes below, or even bearish, we can maybe get a top wick and then just go off that, really. So, because I'm expecting this 4 to flip, that's the thing. Let's just wait for this 15. If this 15 closes below, we look to get a sell stop off this 15. Or even market execute, because we should be initiating the move to come back down. There is a bit of a mess here though, but eventually you still do come. Stop should be in a good place as well. See how this 15 closes here in 5. Because that means the hour's going to close. If the 15 closes bearish, it means the hour, unless you get another 15, we're going into the... So we'll have one more 15-minute candle. So if the 15 closes bearish, and then we get a pullback, we can get a sell stop underneath, because that pullback, if it should carry on if the 1 hour wants to flip up. But if it doesn't, it's going to flip. That means the hour's going to push and drive. Which the 4 hour, if you look at the 4, I mean, if we got a sell stop underneath the 4 now, what would that look like on the 15? And what's the pips on the 2013? Okay. So that's where we potentially could have a sell stop anyway. Could we just take a 5 below, maybe? What's that? 15. Last 5 for the 15. I don't want to take it yet in case... I don't want to put the sell stop on yet in case the 15 pops down, breaks the lows and then pulls back. We need that close really, because we're technically bullish on the 15. Yes, we haven't broke above this support, but we're still bullish on the 15. That 30 would have been a nice entry though, if he just got a little top wick. I'm in the corner. Oh, when it's for the close. I mean, we've also got potential wingback sells for me. This would probably be another entry, this, for wingback sells at 2038 for me. But obviously you need that hour close first. To get that hour close, and then you can potentially take it. I think we're likely going to have to come back to 2034, even if you want to push up. Yeah. Okay. 3 minutes for 15. Because what's this 30 going to do? Remember, if this 30 flips to the upside, closes up there, that's the hour flipping bullish, so we really have to be careful. We need a pullback on this 15. We might get another wick fill here. If the next 15 can come up, break the highs, what does this one do? Yeah, that, and then that comes up, breaks the highs, and initiates the move. Okay. Stand by, guys. Stops above 2044 for me, okay? That's what I'll be looking at. Because I would think the daily needs a bottom wick as well. But we are bullish on the daily, but is the daily going to carry on? Is this a fake out on the 4? That's the question. Is this a fake out on the 4? Do we need to come back down to tap? Oh, back down. And are we going to come back up? Are we going to come back up before coming down? It's another thing. We have broke the highs here. We haven't broke this though. Let us see. Okay, 15-minute close in a second. What is the difference? 10 pips. How's this closing? Okay, stand by, because we might be getting in off this 15. This 15 can give us a top wick, break the highs. We'll get a sell stop underneath the 15. Might not though, might drive straight down, and then we'll just take the hour. Because what is this now? I keep dancing on my own. Ten seconds. If this 15 opens up, pushes up first with no bottom wick, we might get in on a wing back. Come on, get up there. 15's closed nice. Tells us that the 30 should close bearish. Therefore, the 1 hour should close bearish. Okay, stand by. Stand by. Come on, top wick, top wick. I just wanted to tap 2036, that's all. Oh, it's flipped. For fuck's sake. No top wick at all. Come on, man. What's the 5 doing? The 5 should give us a top wick, really. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, guys, I'm going to get a sell stop underneath this 15. Right? Sell stop underneath the 15, because the 15's got a top wick now. The safest thing to do would be to wait for the hour, right? But everything, the 30's saying we should be bearish. The 15 is now broke this man's level. There's another level here on the 15. So technically the 15 should be coming down to at least 2035, right? 2035. That's going to be our risk-free, because then that's the hour. I don't know whether the hour is going to have much of a pullback. Worst case, we'll just take the pullback. You could technically get a sell stop off the fall, really, for the flip underneath. But I think the next hour is going to drive through. That would be the flip of the 4, unless this is just a fake out in the 4. But still, we're going to have to go risk-free at 2035, which we might have just been activated. Okay, so we've got sells on this, guys. We have got sells on this. I didn't get this on the bloody signals, did I? My stops are up here, but by all means, do your stops how you want to do them. Target, we should be tapping 2034. Now, if the 4 flips with the new hour and it drives, then we'll take partial at 2034. Okay, which it might wait until it does that. We just need a bearish hour close. That's all we need, really. So let's see how we get on. Get rid of this now. Once you break these lows, what are we after here? We're probably just after on the 30 in the hour. We just need a bearish hour close. It's just whether that's all we need, a bearish hour close. That's it. Okay, that should be enough for the new hour to drive down, because that would be the last hour of the 4. Therefore, the 4 should flip. If we've caught this nicely and we get this flip on this 4, this 4 should be coming to at least 2034. So this will be a take partial area to break even. Well, we'll be moving to break even earlier, but this will just be a take partial. Let me just take profit. Okay, let's just see if we can get this hour close. Now, just want to be aware of, if the hour closes like this, we just need a bearish hour close. The new hour might give us a top wick. Okay, so it might be more drawdown, which is sort of what you want in order to come down. So just be aware and get comfortable with that now, knowing that you potentially could go into drawdown. What is this? 2044. Okay, so that's the trade. That's what I've got on, guys. $21 pips down to our take partial area. Let's see how this hour closes. See if this 15 can pop past. Now, I mean, if this 15 can pop past this 35, we might not actually pull back. We might get away with driving straight through. Well, you got a 15 close, and then you got a pull back, which might be the new hour. There's a little bit of a mess here on these 15s. Right, a bit of a mess here. 15 pullback. Yeah, so we might get that pullback. Let's see, but this is going off really the 4 breaking back in, so the 4 technically is in at least this range. which is more like that. The 4's in this range at the minute. Right, so therefore where should we be coming? Well, technically we should be coming down to fill the range with the bodies. But this is a range 1, so this could be a 4-hour fake out. Okay, so just be aware. But if we get an hour bearish close, and we sort of want the hour to give us a top wick first, and then flip to the downside, believe it or not, that's what we want. If we do push up to 2028 and the hour closes bearish, so if this hour closes bearish and the new hour pushes up, I'll be taking another entry at 2038, right? Because you're bearish on the 4. No, you're not. That's the 4 pushing, isn't it? Could we take that then? Because that means the 4 could actually close up there. We'll have to see what the lower time frames print, really. It might not move till the new hour, really, so we'll see. We will see. Where should this be coming then? So we ideally just want an hour close below 2036. That would be nice. 2036. What is that? Fifteen's flip. That's the flip I wanted. What are these levels? So all we're after is an hour bearish close. That is it. And then the next hour should give a wick fill. What's the 15 done? That's the pullback I wanted, really, first. Now, our sign to get out is basically if the hour closes bullish. That's our sign to get out. Because if the hour closes bullish, that means the next 4 could push and drive with the next hour. Oh. And where would that go, though? I mean, this is the thing. You've got some strong zones here and here. So are you going to drive up? You're still probably going to have to pull back, really. So if this 4 does flip to the upside, right, and does close bullish, like this one, so this one closed below, back in, then this 4 actually closed bullish above 2037. Yeah, the new 4 comes up to 2038. And then the new 4 comes all the way back down to our entry point, right? So that's where we can look to get out. So really, it looks like we're pretty safe on this, really. Getting out would be, I mean, it might mean obviously coming into New York to get out, but I think we should be okay with this one. I am looking at this for a second entry though, 2038. Or because it hasn't tapped 2038 yet, has it? Do we need to tap 2038 before coming down? That looks like it Might have to tap 2038 before coming down. Okay. So it looks like we might have to tap 2038 before coming down. So if we can get a bearish close on this hour, the new hour can pop up and then tap, flip back down. That would be perfect. I'm going to get this on the signals, this one. So we have got a potential second entry. We need a bearish close on this hour though, guys, that's the thing. Right, for this. Where does this come back to? We tap, we straight back. Here. Come on, the hour, stay low, the hour. See, fantastic trade, isn't it? Really good. Really good. Oh, come on, don't you dare. Don't you dare. It's how far this daily's gonna go, that's the thing. Uh, 20, 38.71. Stop is TP1 is 26. TP2 20, 30. Right, we'll wait for that. What is this? How we're gonna do, guys? It needs to close doji or, well, ideally bearish. Ideally bearish. We just need a bearish close. Come on, the hour. Come on, the hour. Good morning, Farhan. We are in a trade, mate, but I just wait for 2038 to get tapped. Look for a sell at 2038. It looks like we're going to have to tap that, really, before coming down. We entered a bit earlier because we thought the 4 was going to flip and drive, but it obviously hasn't. We're basically getting a fake out on the 4. This was a fake out back to the downside. Come on, the hour. Flip back down. What's the 5 looking like? Ooh. Ooh. Come on, flip bearish. Go on, that's it. That's it. That's it. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so that's a good sign. We've got a bearish close. We've got a big wick fill to fill on this hour now. So we should get a wick fill on this hour regardless, right? But it's just, is it enough to flip on the 4? That's what we're after. See if we can flip on the 4. Now, if we can push up and tap 2038, guys, I'm in for another sell. 2038, okay? Because even if we tap 2038, it's still going to have to come down to 2036. And we can just close both, a full, whatever, yeah? But at the minute, we're still respecting this area on the hour, which is nice. So we should get a wick fill at least. Now it's just whether this hour can flip to the downs. The 4 hour can flip. That's what we want really. If you don't like the trade, yeah, you've got a chance to get out, because this hour should pull back to give us a wick fill back to break even. So you could get out at that point, and you could potentially just get a sell stop off the 4 to confirm the flip if you want to take the risk off the table. If that makes sense. Looking at previous data though, now that I've looked, I do feel you're going to have to tap 2038 before coming down. Because if you look at these, so hour up, then we've got a bearish hour close, and then this hour came up, tapped, then flipped, and then we drove down. So I am interested in that. It's all on this 4 really, guys. If this 4 can flip to the downside, that's what we're after. The 4 flippage. But if this hour does flip up, we are looking at 2038 for another trade. So this is a send. Can this hour push straight through? That's the question. Can we push straight through, break the lows? If we break the lows, yeah. If we break the lows here, I will go risk free. Okay, everyone on? Everyone singing off the same song sheet? Stop loss, Farhan. For me, these are my stops. You put your stops where you want, but I'm looking at 2044, because if price does want to push up, you can see these ranges. You can push 2044. I mean, that was news, so disregard that. You can actually push all the way to 2044. Yeah, so I just want to avoid that really. Coming down nicely. And if you watch the 4, I mean, if you don't want to give yourself a heart attack, just watch the 4. The time to get out really is if the 4 like breaks above here. But even if you get a bullish close on the 4, technically you can still play out. That was news. Where was the 4? Here. You can still play out with an X4. I would prefer this though. I would like this 2038 off this hour. If this hour can flip up, you sort of want a 15-minute bearish close, right? And then you want the new 15-minute to pop up, picking up the liquidity above here, right? This is where there's money. And then that 15 then flips, and that's the one that pushes through with a wick. Like that, and obviously we'll be in on this. Ooh, did he mind knee click there? So that's what we want really. Oh. See how this 15-minute closes? Let's put the trending structure on, see what it looks like. Even if the 4 breaks up here, look at that. Yeah, you still come back with an X4, and you still tap your 2034 level. Another 4 closed up there, still played out. So yeah, I mean, it should still play out anyway, unless you get something like this straight through. Are we going to get something like that though? We are running out of steam, it looks like. This 4 had no top wick, so this 4 closed bearish, right? And then we didn't break much of the lows, so I can't see this 4 pushing too high, that much really. If anything, it might come up to 2038. Can this 4 flip? That's the question, guys. Can this 4 flip? Or are we going to push back up? See what this 15 does. Where did we enter on this? It was it here? That was like that one. That was it, yeah. So if we get a 15 close below, that should initiate the hour pushing down to break the lows, really. That would confirm that this is getting respected. There's just, we need more liquidity, so we should break these lows. I would prefer this. I would prefer a bit more drawdown, which sounds crazy, I know, and you're all probably thinking I'm an idiot. But we sort of, I want this 15 to close bearish, and then the new 15 pops up, and then that 15 flips. Or even if it closes up there. Flip. I don't think you quite wick up there on the 15, to be fair. You sort of close up there, so the 15 closes bearish, and then this 15 closes bullish. So it might not be the 15 what pushes and then flips. It would be the 30 what does that, because the 15s tend to close up here. So it doesn't matter if the 15 closes above, because the new 15 then should bomb it straight back down. It looks like we're not driving back down because we need to break the highs one more time, because there's money here. So if we can just pop up, might be the new 30. So if this 30 can close bearish, and then the new 30 goes up then pulls back, that would be nice. But it looks like we're driving here. Or we've just run out of steam and we have to come and break the lows at least. So we might break these lows and then come up to come down. Or, because the way price has been, yesterday was a rare day, believe it or not, right, for creating new ranges. We are printing new ranges. So are we just going to reverse from here and not actually come up to this? Because that's what price done yesterday. It was just short of certain ranges. It was just creating new ones. But all on this 4 really. If we can get a 4-hour bearish close, we are going to be in the money. Going to be in the money. Because actually you would need a bearish close. Where would you need a bearish close? Because if you look at this 4 closed bearish, and then the new 4 came back up and tapped, and then you came down. Yeah, so I do believe you're going to have to tap 2038 if you want to drive down to these levels, unfortunately. So this 4 might just get down to here, because that's what they tend to do. They all tend to pull back to these levels. But saying that, like I've just said, price has been doing what it wants lately. Look, another bearish close in, and then this new 4 came down to 2034. I'll probably be closing full at 2034, guys, because it does look like you just tap that, then you can come back up. But if we do get a bearish close down there like that, then this wing back sell from 2038 is still on. Because it looks like if you get a bearish close on this 4, it does look like that you're going to tap this, so tap this, and then you're going to get a 4-hour bullish close come up, to tap this, so up, and then that initiates the move. Because if this forward closes bearish, what do you think everyone's going to be doing? They're all going to be selling. All the stops are going to be here, above these highs, and then we're going to come back up, pick up liquidity, and that's going to be the one that pushes all the way through to 2033. So that is just if this 4 is going to flip. If we come and tap it now, different story, because that means this might be the move. If this 4 comes and taps it, it's actually a good thing, because it means the next 4 should be the one what pushes back down, and that now that means we're free to push all the way to 2030, because at the minute we're only free to push to 2034. But if we come and tap this area, then we're free to push through to 2030, which would be far greater. So if you look at it like that and you say to yourself, okay, I know I don't like drawdown, but you take the emotion away from it, the pain of being in drawdown, right? Think about it logically. Would you prefer this 4 to flip just to get to 2034, or would you prefer to push that pain of drawdown to sacrifice, to tap, to then flip and come and fill the range fairly quickly? I think it would be the latter one, wasn't it? The last one. That's what I would prefer. So let's see. If it's going to do it now, it's probably going to do it with the next 15. I would probably say 30 really. So it might not do it. What do I need to do today? Edit videos. I need to edit video. I keep putting them off. Keep putting them off.
3 days on the bounce now. You've been talking about editing videos.
I know, it just takes ages, man. I've asked my son to do it. He's off school today. He's 15.
Okay.
So I've asked him to do it when he wakes up. Hopefully he'll. But £5 an edit he wants.
Yeah, for 4 hours worth. That's
Yeah.
good labour.
Yeah. £5 an edit. So if he does one edit a day, you know, it's 25 quid a week for him.
100%.
No wrong with that, is it?
Good little pocket money there.
Lovely pocket money. £5 an edit. It's quite a good price, that. We're just messing about.
Yeah, £5 an edit, and then you can teach him about tax now as well. Start him young so he knows his expectations.
Yeah. Yeah. How to avoid, basically.
Exactly.
How to avoid the tax man. Is this daily going to flip? That's the big question today. We're still respecting this zone, but we are bullish, which doesn't really help us. Is the 3 going to give us a steeper bottom wick? Is the 2? The 2's bullish. Is the 2 going to close back in 45 minutes? Is the 4 going to close bearish? Or is the 4 going to close bullish? We do not know. Is the 1 hour going to give us a wick fill? There's your wick fill. You're back to break even, really. But are you going to carry on? Or are you going to flip to the upside? When you get a bearish close like this with a big wick, you tend to then still close bearish on the next candle. The people who have the Dean Indicate will be able to tell you that as well. They know a lot more about that. It's based off a lot of these wicks like this. They're like gurus in the wicks. When you buy the Dean, you learn a lot about how these wicks are formed and what happens next. Okay, we've had a 15-minute close there. I believe we've got no bottom wick, you little bugger. You little bugger. Is that a bottom wick? Does that mean we're just going to drive down? Let's see. $30. What's a 30 going to do? At least we've had another 15 bearish close. We've still struggled to break this high. But we've got no, we have broke below this minor. There is a minor range on the 15. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, we're just stuck in this range, aren't we? Need a breakout. I believe there is a minor range here. Okay, it's broke below that minor range actually. But there is then, these are not very nice because you just mess about here. So we sort of want to drive through. I don't know whether we can drive through unless we get that 38 tapped. I am in the trade, Farron. I am in a trade, mate. I wouldn't take it yet though. We're at the entry point now, but I would just maybe wait for. I mean, if you get a top wick on this 15, you could potentially get a sell stop underneath, or yeah, you could do that, I suppose, or just get a sell stop underneath the 4, because if this 4 flips, it should be pushing down to 2034. At least there's still enough pips there for you. That'll be the safest thing to do. That's what we were going to do, but I wanted a better entry. 13 pips there, so you could just get a sell stop off this 4. That would be the safest thing to do, mate. Because we don't know whether we're going to drive straight through or whether we're going to come up to tap 2038 first. That's the issue. Stops, buddy, are my stops. 86 pips, 2044. Because this range you can push up. I'm covering this basically, which I do believe that was news anyway, but still, that's what I'm covering. Okay, what's the 15 doing now? Okay, can we come and break the lows? If we break this low, we should get a nice pop down, because that'll be the 4-hour flipping then. And if we get a closure below, even better. But we just need to see, is this second tap up enough to get down to our zone? Okay. So if you look at the 4 now, look how nice the 4 looks. Yeah, it looks really nice, doesn't it? But it's just whether this 4 can actually get to 2034. That's what tends to happen. They all tend to get there. So I do believe we're on something like this. Actually, I've just realised there is a little zone here at 20 here. So it means you would have to wait for the next 4, and I'm not doing that. So that's where I'll be looking to close. Full. Can this 4 flip and can it drive? That's a question. Is it going to be the 15 what initiates the drive? Is the 15 going to initiate this drive? Do you know what? What's that? Why is that done that? That's where I'm going to be taking partial. You've got an area here, even if you do want to mess about. The reason why I'm like this, moving this up, because I do feel we've got to tap 38 before driving down. So I'll probably be closing full at 2034.70. And that's, how many pips is that? Not bad. 16 pips here. Nice. But by all means, guys, it's up to you what you do with this trade. You could leave it and watch the 4, but I think you're going to get a bearish 4-hour close, right? And then the new 4 is going to close bullish. And then you're going to tap this, then the new 4 is going to bomb through the floor. I do believe that's what's going to happen today. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I've not gone risk-free yet because I want to avoid the top wick off the 15. So if we can get a 15 close below, I want to avoid the top wick to come down. Just giving it a bit of a breathing space. Only because of the 4. Normally I wouldn't do that. Normally I'd be risk-free now. And a lovely 5 close there. Lovely. So it's whether the 5s can carry on for this 15. So we've still got 2 5-minute candles left for this 15. 2 5 minutes. So the 5s broke the low. Can we carry on with this 5 and can we drive through? Well, let's have a look. We don't drive through here. It takes a couple of 5s to get down. Then you get a pullback, and then eventually you get down. Now this one's nice. Look at that 1 5-minute candle straight through. So that's lovely, and that's hitting the zone where we've been. Plus we've had some pullbacks, so we've got more liquidity to do this. So we could push straight through on the 5s, which is telling us 2 5s to get down. 1 2 3 to get down. 2 here. 1 there. So yeah, we could really see some momentum here with the next 5, with this 5 actually. Let's see. It's whether the 15. We just need a 15 close below this little mess here, and the next 15 should pop down. But I just want to avoid the top wick. That's all. If you just want to go risk free, by all means, do you. Go risk free. I mean, look at the 4 though. 4 looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's just whether this 4 is going to drive down. And like, this is what I'm saying with trading. Like, if you just go off the higher time frames and you don't watch the lower time frames, you'll be a lot more chilled. Yeah, look, everything looks a lot nicer. Because when you start looking at the time frames, you think, oh my god, the 5's closed back in the range. I should have went to risk free or whatever. But if you look at the 4, it's still, the 4 needs to come down.
Good morning, Pete.
Good morning. How the devil?
Not too bad, not too bad. Sorry I'm late.
It's alright, mate. We're in a trade mind. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the 4 flip.
Oh.
What I would do if I were you is, if we don't tap on this 15, if this 15 closes like this, I'd probably wait for a top wick.
Yeah.
I'd probably wait for a top wick, mate. But to be honest though, mate, there's another setup here which I'll be leaving on today. A sell limit for 2038, 72. Right.
Nice. Just listen to your podcast?
Yeah, oh, it was awful. I couldn't listen to it. My voice was croaky. I think I wasn't very well though.
No, it's fine.
No, I thought
Absolutely
it was croaky.
fine.
I think when you listen to yourself though, it's like
Yeah.
awful, isn't it? Did
I
you?
left it out. I heard myself talking on this. And I hate it.
Yeah. Did you hear me slagging Hartlepool off in the nicest? I was
Yeah.
like, it's I couldn't think in a nice way how to say like it's awful. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I know that you'd like restrained yourself from swearing
yeah.
a few times to the point where you were just like, can I swear on this?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what it was. I had to watch what I say as well, so it's like
Yeah.
I wasn't very comfortable, really. I won't lie, because I don't like not looking at people either.
Yeah.
I don't like talking to a screen, and that there, it's just it had to be black. Like, we didn't have our cameras on. I know that I'm talking to you now, but you know what I do? Which sounds weird. I have my OBS up, so I'm looking at me. Which
I thought you were going to say you've already got a picture of us on there.
Yeah, not that I love myself, anything like that. It's more that I feel like I'm talking to someone.
Yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed the podcast, mate.
Why, thank you.
Little bit of knowledge about the director, so it's
Yeah.
it was nice.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed it. What's this 30 going to do? There's a 30 area where you might get another 30 bullish, but you should still come down to tap 2034, I would think. This 4 looks absolutely beautiful. When I get in my new house, guys, I'm going to start getting on a bit earlier. I think 7:30. I'm looking to get set up, because I think time's starting to change where, I mean, we could have looked at that wing back from 2037, really. That's what we could have looked at, really. What's the 15 doing now? 15's pulling back. Okay. 15 is pulling back. Where are you going to close 15?
Early trade today, isn't it?
It's what?
It's an early trade today.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see what this 15's going to do, guys. It does mess about. The 15s do tend to mess about here, right? So you might get a 15 close below, and then you might get a bullish 15 close, and then the next 15 comes down, and so on. And so you can mess about in these levels. I'm hoping we don't mess about, because the 4, if the 4 is going to flip, then you've only got 33 minutes left for a flip. So I would imagine the next 30 will be the one what pushes down to do it. So because that's the last 30, the 4. That's if the 4 is going to flip, man. It might not flip. Remember, we know the 4 is in the lower range, so the probability of a flipping is greater, right? But it's Forex. Anything can happen.
The 4's flipped.
Back to the downside or upside, you mean?
Up.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just a pullback of the 15, isn't it?
Yeah.
15's about to close. So the new 15 is what I'm saying. With these 15s, you mess about here. So we might actually pull back to 2036, and then the next 15 is the one what pushes all the way through, which would make sense with the 30. If you get a 15 close below 2035, that's an even greater sign, because obviously you've closed below on the 15 now. So everything's pushing bearish. But it just means you're probably going to get a top wick and then a flip to the downside. This is also the 30 close. So again, you might get a top wick on the 30 and then flip, or you might push straight through. All I'm going off though is the 4. Even if the 4 wants to push up, the 4 should still come and tap 2034.70. So if you ignore the lower time frames and look at the 4s, they all tend to come and tap 2034.69. And then if all the lower time frames are telling you that you're breaking the lows and you're closing bearish, then the likelihood of us coming down there is far greater, isn't it? Because what we might get as well is, if this 4 closes bullish but still respecting 2035.900, what have we just had there? We've just had a fake out to the downside, and then we've had a nest play back in. So what does that mean then? Well, that means you're probably going to get a top wick and then a flip to the downside to come and fill the range. Now that top wick, could that top wick be that 2038 tap before flipping to the down, and then the 4 coming down? Because yes, we say the 4s tend to come and tap 2034, but it might not be this 4. What does it? Might be the next 4. Do you know what I mean? But either way, we should still be coming down there, even if you want to drive up. But it's just what 4s are going to do. Obviously, I hope we don't do that though, because just obviously waiting more. We'll see. 30 minutes going to close in 15 seconds. If you look left, the 30s can actually close out, and the new 30 can actually bomb all the way back up. So just be aware, we can actually bomb all the way back up to 2038 and then start coming back down. Okay, 30 close. We've got a wick to fill as well. If you're not in, Dan, what you could potentially do is, if the 30 pulls back to our entry at 2036, get a sell stop underneath this 30.
yeah.
Come down, that's what you could do.
I'll find something. So I haven't had a look at the charts at all this morning. I had to go back to the hospital to get the
Oh yeah.
some shape.
Yeah, everything alright with it?
Yeah,
Oh,
everything's fine. It's looking good. apparently I haven't seen it, so. But yeah, it's healing properly and stuff. It wasn't as painful today, so hopefully it's only another week or so and I'll be alright.
Yeah. Oh, this 15 is closed. Respecting. I don't like that. I'm always cautious of the 15s closing respecting. Always cautious of the 15s closing respecting. I need to see where this 15 closed. What is this? Did it close respecting? Did it close below? There's the top wick. I mean, for me, the 15's there. That's the 15. So it means it broke out again. So I would think this is probably going to drive. I'm always cautious of the 15s closing respecting each other, because in the past what I've realised is when the 15's quite a significant, it sort of initiates the reversal. As soon as you get that 15 close respecting, then seems to reverse. What's this? What is this here? Okay. Oh, still closed below. Okay. Right, I think we're still okay with that. Can the 30 drive, which would be the hour, which would be the 4-hour flip? Come on, stop messing about and get down there. 30, close below again. Let's confirm this 30 zone. Yeah, even if you use that. Yeah, we're good on this, guys. Okay, so now the 30's done its top wick, 15's done its top wick. Can we get a bearish? If we can get a 5 bearish close, yeah, and then another 5 close bearish breaking the lows, we'll go risk free. I just want to avoid this 30-minute top wick. Yeah, the 30 might come back steeper. Doesn't have to, because it's tapped previous support now, but just in case it does. Now what you can do, if you want to take the risk off the table, yeah, go risk free now. If you do get stopped, you can just get a sell stop underneath the 30 in case it does flip back down, right? But obviously the advantage point, the pips, is less. Or you just wait for 2038 to get tapped, which I believe will get tapped, probably New York. But if you look at the 4, man, the 4 looks sexy as hell. It's like porn, isn't it, sometimes? Yesterday wasn't porn, mind. Yesterday was not porn. I went over the trade, Dad. I had a look at it. I watched the YouTube back, and I look back, and we literally, the way we got caught out is, I'll show you the daily in a sec. It just, the gold printed new ranges, which you can't predict. Just new ranges are printed. The only thing I could find fault on myself is maybe I should have said that the daily could have actually done a steeper top wick to the previous support again. And then
I think it did say at some point that it could do a steeper top wick. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, well, yeah, but also we had such a push down. I thought, well, it's not doing the top wick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another thing, my fault is, we were going into New York like midday. It's too late for me. It's already done its move down. Do you know what I mean? So I knew the direction, but I couldn't get in. But I thought we were just going to carry on. So I think when it gets too late like that, I need to start looking at, because when I started becoming profitable, one of my points, what I realised is, and how I flipped to profitability was, I realised that all my losses were like later trades.
Yeah.
Later trades or second trades. And that tells me that my concentration dwindles maybe later on. What are we doing here on this 15? What are you doing? Are you getting down or what? USD still. Oh, what's the 5 done? Oh, 5's closed bearish. Can this 5 flip? Did we break the low on the 5? No. Can this 5 flip? If this 5 can flip to the downside, yeah, we'll go risk free on it. You could probably go risk free now, really. This 15 shouldn't be flipping. $30 because of 30.
Left my trade on yesterday.
You left it on? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It stops though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It stopped us out. It went above me stops by like 3 pips.
Yeah.
So it just
then,
stopped us out and then dropped.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
So
It was this, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I came back later and I was like,
that's why I just closed out where I was, because
yeah.
especially with the numbers what come out, you're gonna push and break the high, like. So I wasn't interested. You just close out and that's it, done.
Should have listened. I should have listened.
Can we break the lows one more time? If we break these lows, we should get a nice pop down, I would think. Come on, the 5. What's a 15 doing? Are we going to trickle down? We know we can trickle down. I sort of want to get tapped on this 4 though. Do you know what I mean? What's this 5 doing? We sort of need this 5 to flip bearish, that's it. And stay bearish. That should initiate the push. We came back with retested. Can we just pop straight down now? Once you push past this wick, you should get a nice pop. A pop, pop, pop. Five-minute bearish close should initiate it. At that point, 1 minute left. Oh, that's a nice 1 minute. Okay. Does that mean we're going to carry on with a new minute? Can we get a pop? Can we get a pump? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Okay, guys. I am... Can we pop? I am out. I'm done. I'm out. Close full. There, not quite there, but if you look left, you should tap it anyway. But if you look left, it just means you might come back up. That's all. I'm happy with that profit done. What did we close full at? Because also you're thinking that this 5 is going to close in 8 seconds, so you might get another push back up. Down 13 pips. Nice, 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 nice. 13 pips. Stops were pretty good as well today, weren't they? What did they have stops? 80 pips. 13 pips. 80 pips stop. Nice. Got some nice profit of that as well. Lovely jubbly, guys. Everyone happy? Drop us a chicken in the chat on YouTube. A chicken emoji or a bird emoji. Maybe not a chicken emoji. Maybe look like a chicken. What's the stars? Yes, mate, we are. So the thing I've got on now, right? If you look at the four's flipped lovely, right? Now, you could have probably closed a bit and then went risk free, you know, try to get flyers. But the issue you've got here, if we look left, it does look like you tap, the new 4 might just close bullish. I'm going to still be on 5 o'clock. I want to see what the 4 does. But I have got another wingback sell from 2038, believe it or not. Because if this 4 closes bearish like this, the new 4 might, even if it closes, where are we at? The next 4 closes bullish, right, here. Then the next 4 comes up, taps it, and then that initiates that big push down. So, I believe, have we got news today? We have got news today, haven't we?
Yeah, 1:30.
1:30. Okay, so what I'll be doing is I'll be setting so 10 o'clock for this 4 to close. We need to see what prices. I'll probably look back on that. I won't come back on the stream, but I need to see what price is like around news. And if it hasn't tapped it after news, then I'll just set a sell limit. I'll just leave this. Okay, sell limit on. I'll just let it rock. Okay. But yeah, another win. We need to get this added. A nice win actually, considering yesterday. Oh shit.
Lovely.
36. I didn't get it on the bloody signals, did I? Because I'm an idiot. Absolute idiot. Cheers, Kyra. He puts a go on for me. I'm definitely not the greatest all time, mate. There's far greater traders than me. Far great. I know still, I only know a fraction of trading. Right? Even though I'm 5 years in, that is nothing, really. Right? It's nothing. I do believe it's sort of, obviously depend on the person. But the 3, 4, yeah, it's probably where you start getting. You start take it like a business. Treat it like a business. You take it serious. You make the money from there. But yeah, as far as like other traders, if I said I know everything after 5 years, people who've been trading for 7, 10 years, they just laugh at me. They just laugh at me. Not that I'm bothered about what any other person thinks of me, because I'm definitely not. Right, okay. I'm going to still be on till I want to see the forward close basically, and then we might get another trade. I don't know. I don't like to take another trade on stream really, but we will see. We will see.
I've put in for a buy limit.
A buy limit back up.
Yep.
Just be careful there, mate.
Yeah, I'm already activated. I'm already 160 quid in profit.
Oh, really? Oh, class, mate. You might do, because even if the 4, actually, even if the 1 closes like this, what's going to happen with the next one, do you think?
Pull back up.
It's going to pull back to test where? Where do we tend to test?
From the previous highs.
Well, the previous support. And where's the previous support? That's 2035. Okay. So you should pull back to 2035. But I'd just be cautious, because what it is, you're very bearish.
Yeah.
You've just flipped bearish, really. So you've just got to be careful doing that straight after you. But yeah, man, I mean, that's the thing with... I'm going to give you some points, and this is what I've got written in front of me, right? And this massively helped me when I was trying to become profitable. These are the things I've written down on my board. Right, and I look at them every day. So the first one is 1 good trade a day is all you need. Because I used to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, thinking I had to take loads, but you don't. 1 trade a day is all you need. Okay. The next one is confidence. You've got to be confident with your trade. If your setup's there, you've got to have the confidence to actually act upon it and take the trade, not just watch it. Okay. Now, sometimes I am confident, but sometimes I'm a bit too overcautious. That's my issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Discipline, and the discipline is actually waiting for your setup.
100%.
Obviously waiting, because there's times where we've missed trades and we've wanted to just enter, knowing we're coming down, we still haven't. That's where you've got to be disciplined. Right. Now the next one, they mean the same thing really, right? But I actually put aggression, right? But
I noticed I'm quite aggressive with my trading.
yeah, well, I did change it, but I left it on there because I did feel I needed that bit of aggression, just to like not give a fuck type of thing. You've got to get the emotion, and if you have that aggression, where you're just like you don't give a shit, you're gonna take the trade, but it's got to be controlled, like the army controlled aggression. Yeah.
Yeah.
But underneath that, I changed it to fearless. You can't have any fear. You can't have any fear, and that comes down to not giving a shit about your balance and that. But saying that, you've got to be careful how you're taking this in, from what I'm saying, because I'm not on about you don't give a fuck about your balance, because you should be protecting your balance.
100%.
It's all about protecting it. So, 5 things I've got written on my board. 1 good trade a day, confidence, discipline, aggression, and fearless. That massively helped me. It might not help you, but it massively helped me. And that's what you need. Well, that's what I needed to become profitable. Because remember, I'm not telling you all how to become profitable. You need to understand that. All I'm doing is showing you what I've done and how I've become profitable. That's all I'm doing on these streams. I'm not telling you this is the right way to do it, because loads of other traders are profitable and they trade completely different to me.
100%.
Well, hopefully that can help us. But look at this, pushing down now. Look at the 4. Ooh,
Yeah.
we could have maybe had some flyers.
Yeah, because isn't it? I'm on the demo challenge account.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at in 3 days. I'm on 6,600.
Is this a 200k, Callum?
Yes.
All right, so you need
$4,000 left on phase 1.
class, mate. Well done.
And
Very
then
nice.
my RR is 1.29.
But remember what I said to you. When you pass 1,
Do another 1 or 2 or 3.
yeah,
after
don't buy a challenge.
that.
Right,
No,
ask
definitely.
people in the group who've done that in the past, right? I guarantee you, a lot of people who've done that, they thought the past 1, they think, fuck it, I'm going to go for a challenge, and they blew it. Yeah.
No, 100%. No, my rule of thumb for this is do 5.
Yeah.
5 demo challenges, and then I'm going to go for it. And then my win rate's 86%.
Yeah.
What's sharp ratio?
The what, sorry?
It says sharp with an E, sharp ratio, risk adjusted returns based on daily results.
I don't know, mate. Don't know. You need to ask
So
Vic. Anything technical, ask Vic, because I'm very, very simplistic. Right. That's how I like things. I like an idiot's guide, army-fied.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at this 15, guys. Look at this 4. The 4 can come and tap. It tends to tap 2033 and then it rejects. So let's see if it does.
I closed that buy for like 260 quid.
Yeah.
Just as well I did, because it's coming back down.
Well, even if you didn't and you were still in it, you should be looking to reject from 2033. I would think you're going to have to do this even if you want to carry on.
Yeah.
Right, but honestly, what the hell is that? Honestly, I do feel that we're going to get a forward close and the new 4 hour is going to go all the way up. But I might be wrong, guys, but I'm just going off what I see in the past. That's what's happened in the past. That's why I'm still on the stream at the minute. But I can't take any buys up. Why can't I take any buys up? Because everything's bearish. 4 hours flipped bearish. The 1 hour's bearish. 3, 2 bearish. You've got lower time frames bearish. You can't take buys up. You've got to see, in order to take buys up, so let's say you wanted a wing back buy from 2038, you've got to see our closes bullish, right? Maybe the 4 hour close bullish around here, lower time frames closing bullish, and then you'll get one candle what pops out and flips. That's how you take wing backs. We took that wing back yesterday because the 4 was still bearish, wasn't it? And we thought it was the pullback, the 4 for the 4 to flip, but it didn't. Another thing what I noticed yesterday is we should have maybe took the no bottom wick on the previous 4 a bit more serious. Because there was no bottom wick on the 4, wasn't there? Which was here. We knew this was going to close bullish because that's what tends to happen, right? But I didn't think it would be that bullish. I didn't think it'd be that bullish. I honestly thought because of the daily was going to stay bearish to fill the range. I honestly thought if anything you're going to get this. And then close respecting, then the new 4 would then pop up and then flip. Or even close doji and then start coming down. But either way the daily was then going to end up bearish. That's what I thought we were going to get yesterday. So, but, you know, you win some, you lose some, guys. I really want to see how this is going to react here. The 4's closing in 9 minutes. No top wick on this 15. It's a lovely push that on the 15. Look at the 5. Big 5 candle. Wow. It's like it was waiting for us to get out. Wasn't it? Really nice trade though. Lovely. I mean, even if you had that sell stop underneath the 4, you still would have grabbed 13 pips and just traded it. You could have just traded this solely off the 4 hour. You know the 4 should be coming back down. The 4 tends to tap 2033. If we look left, it taps 2033 and then it pulls back. This is what I'm saying. I want to see what happens around here. See if we pull right back. If we don't pull right back and we close down here, then are we going to push to 2031? Or are we going to come and tap 2030, push through? Do you know what I mean? But see what we've done today? Exactly the same thing. We haven't over leveraged. I haven't upped me lots, or I'm still risking 2% per trade. Yeah, we've had some decent profit, and we just go again. The way you got to look at your MT4 is when you make, let's say you make, I don't know, 6% on top of your account, right? Until you've took that money out, you still haven't got that 6%. It's still not yours, right? So you haven't, when you take a loss and you're now down to 2% up for the month, you're 2% up for the month, you're not 4% down. Does that make sense? That's what you've got to look at. You've got nothing until you do withdrawal. And when you get these funded or live accounts, until you've done a withdrawal, it's not your money. Yeah.
What's the script with withdrawal when you actually go live? Is it like just
With payouts, you mean?
Say again?
With payouts, you mean?
Yeah.
So what happens is if you're going with FTMO, every prop firm's different, right? Well, actually, they're all roughly similar, right? But you can get a payout after 14 days now. So what you've got to do is obviously pass phase 1, pass phase 2. I don't know, some of them you have to trade. You can't get a payout for 30 days, your first payout, and then it changes to fortnightly, which is better. Why do you think that's better? It's because you're getting some money, you're taking that money off the table, and psychologically, yeah, you're back to square one. So it makes you reset your mind. I found it much easier. Reset your mind where you got to concentrate again. When you're like up so much money, you don't mind risking more because you've got the profit to cover.
Yeah.
But then when you lose, it's like fuck. Yeah. So when you change to fortnightly, it's so you can get some payout because you want your first payout. Little tip for you is when you first pass your challenge, I think you have a minimum of 4 or 5 days trading, right? Trade, do a certain amount, whatever you make, first week something, yeah? If you're in the profit by the first week, just stop trading. Just don't touch that account. Just get one payout, because you're going to get your money back for the challenge. Yeah, which is, if you're going for a 200k column, you're going to get a grand back. Sorry, 400 quid back. Yeah, you're going to get your 400 quid back plus your profit split, what you're going to get from your profit. It might not be much profit because you've only traded for so many days, 5 days, say. Yeah, but just get a payout.
Is that 45 days trading a month?
4 to 5.
A month or a week?
It depends on the prop, but
FTMO?
monthly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got to trade at least 4. So let's say, for example, let's say you put this trade on, your first trade for your live account, and you got some nice profit. Let's say there's 400 quid there, say, for you, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to get 75% of that. Just all you want to do tomorrow, very, very low risk in your first month. Don't think, no, I want to make loads of money in my first payout. Trust me. Just get one payout, because what it does to you subconsciously, when you get your first payout, it all becomes, subconsciously, I know you know it's real, but subconsciously your body flips and you're like, fucking hell, this is real. I can actually make this work. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but when you get your first payout of a prop, you realise it's real and you take it 10 times more serious, because remember, that first payout, you've got 400 quid there definitely to come, so you don't want to risk losing that.
No, of course.
Right, so that's a little tip for you all.
Cheers, mate.
Forward is going to close in 3 minutes. 3 minutes for a forward close. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, please. I've got 1 like, and we've grabbed a trade this morning as well. It's a new channel, we're trying to build it. It's funny because when you get a trade, the stream just drops after. Straight to the floor.
Everyone's like, cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate, nice one. And they don't even drop a like. Come on. Cheers, guys. Cheers to the ones who've dropped us one.
Gotta look into the tax and things like that you have to pay on money.
Don't swear at me, Dan.
Of when you hit your threshold for tax and things, because it's capital gains tax, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you get so much a year. Right, you get so much a year.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to, obviously, declare it. But you've got to make sure you declare your losses as well. This is the issue you've got with trading.
Yeah.
Because your losses have to make up for your wins. Yeah, but to be honest, you're not bothered. You're not bothered. What's the outgoings of trading, really? What's your expenditure of trading, apart from buying challenges, funding your account? That's your expenditure.
Oh, that's...
Your internet.
And
Electric, yeah.
Like 6p a day, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, who are you with?
I know.
Oh, 6p a
But it's
day.
in contact with your electricity supplier.
Yeah.
I've tapped into the neighbours.
A lamppost.
So you have to declare it, not you.
Now, we haven't tapped 2033, right? But the 4's closed bearish. So we're looking like this now. We closed back in. The 4's flip. We're looking like this. We have actually closed below that zone. So we might get something like this, where the 4 pops down first and then flips bullish. Then a new 4 comes up. Oh, I just want to see what this 4 does. Oh. Where are we going? So remember, this is the 15's closed below, so really it's telling us that we should pop down. This 15's got no top wick though. 5's closed bearish. Is this 5 going to flip to the downside? No. What is this 15 doing? Fifteen's flipped. The 15. How far is this 15 gonna go?
Looks like 2033.
Yeah, which, to be honest, that's what the tap anyway. So I do think we're going to tap that. And if we're going to tap that, are we going to reject from here? Are we going to push further down? There was a 4, what pushed further down? What is this 4 going to do? Yeah, these 4s, it means they could actually push to 2031. Are we going to push back up? See, to take another trade now, really, you would need a pullback at least to 2035 off the hour, and then you could get sell stops to come down. But the reason you'd need that pullback is because the 4, obviously, you might close bullish. So you would really need that pullback to at least 2035. But if this pushes down, breaks the lows, then I'd just be very cautious. I just want to see if we start breaking above the ranges, because I can't buy up though. This is the thing, because the 4 is bearish technically, and the 4 could flip at any point to fill the range. But I want to see if we get what we could potentially do. Let's have a look at this area where. What was the date of? What was the date of this? So this was Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Wednesday, 7th of Feb. Wednesday. Here. So. If we get. Ooh, so look what happens on these hours here. They don't come down to tap 2030 until the last hour, which initiates the push back up. So does that mean we're going to get an hour bullish close on this candle? Then we're going to get an hour bearish close, and then we're going to get a hour come and tap, flip bullish, and that's going to initiate the move. Is that what we're going to get? So what does that mean? How can we get in? Because I would be interested in buys above here. I want to see what the 30 is like. Let me have a look at this 30. Oh, look at that 30. Okay. So, If we get, you've got to have an hour bullish close prior though. Key point. So you can't have a bearish close and then take this 30. So if we got a 30-minute close above 2035, but as long as we've got an hour bullish close, very key, okay? And then we get a pullback, buy stop on, coming up to 2038, because they all tend to tap 2038 before coming down. That's something what I can look at. Does that make sense? So what does that mean in what we want to see? So we would want to see a bullish hour close at any point. Another thing we need a bullish close, then we need 2033 tapped. This has got to be tapped first. If we get a bullish hour close, we can go down to 30-minute. And if we've two things, if we have an hour bullish close, the previous hour candle, and we've had 2033 tapped, we can then take 30-minute buy above, pull back, buy stop on. You should be coming past these levels to tap 2038. That's what you can do. You can look at. That makes sense what I've explained.
Yeah.
So I just want to see. You just want to tap 2033 first. I'm going to go and make a brew. And I'll come back. We'll have a look. We'll reassess. See what's happening. And then we'll see what we do from there. Whether I stay on for a bit. See if we can catch something else. Or whether we call it. Okay, I'll be back in a second, gentlemen. Ow, fellas. looking. Oh, where you go? Look at that 1 5-minute candle there. Boom. Okay, so no top wick on the 5. Okay, so there's one ticked. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Rid of this. So if we tap this, there's one ticked. We now need an hour close. And are you going to get it? Or are you going to carry on? I'll tell you what though, guys, this is a lovely setup, this. It's 2038. If you can just get up, it just means we might fly down here. Because we might be getting something like this, like I said. I think if anything we should get this. But it might take us, well, I mean this took 1, 2, 3, 4 hours to get up. This might be a trade where you sort of set and forget. 2038. And you could just put your TP at 2036 really. What's the pips on it? 20 pips, nice. Yeah. Okay. Right guys, I'm probably going to call it then. Because you're going to have to wait for another hour. I'm going to go for a breakfast. Yes, I am. I'm going to go for a nice breakfast. So basically, I'll just quickly go over what I'll be looking at now. This trade's done. If you can get a bullish 1 hour close, right, and then you get a 30 close above 2035, you wait for a pullback, and then you can get a buy stop on to come up to 2031. You're only targeting 2038 though, right? That's it, because beyond there is very, very dangerous. 2038. Other than that, you could just look at sell limits from 2038 to come back down. Even if you want to drive up, you're probably going to have to come back down to tap 2036. Even if you want to drive up. So that's what I'll be looking at. I mean, if you're still in this trade and you've got flyers, fantastic. I hope it comes all the way down for you. But previous data does tell us we do a push back up from here. So if you do tap 2033, just be mindful that we could get a rejection back up to your break even if you want to go down. That's technically what should happen. So you might want to just sort of either close out full or take 90% out the trade and let the rest rock. Plus 34, I'm done for the day. Fantastic, Vin, well done, mate. Yeah, 37.2, where was that at? 37.2 for the entry. 37.2. Oh, nice. Did you get on that pullback on the 15 then, I take it? Nice that, mate. 29 as well. Bloody hell. Alright, so you just hit that previous support for a wing back sell, haven't you? Really nice, mate. Well done. Look at that. My God. My God. Flip down. Okay, any questions before I go? All happy? Another win added to the win. I might go from there. Alright guys, right, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I will see. I'm not on tomorrow, unfortunately, so have a good weekend, and I'll see yous all full week next week. Monday through to Friday we'll be on, and we'll smash some more pips from there. Alright guys, see yous later everyone. Bye now.
Weekend, mate.
You too, mate. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one, Callum.